So, a shocking piece of news was brought to light on Thursday, June 26th, of a stray dog that was left for dead after being shot 4 times. This was in Fujairah. So, witness recalls how the helpless dog was sleeping outside a shop when a car pulled up and the driver got out a shotgun, shot the stray dog in broad daylight, and then got back in his car and then drove off.
So the Fujairah-based animal shelter, Animals and Us, shared the account on their social media channels and expressed their utter outrage over the inhumane criminal offense. And upon getting the tip, a volunteer from the shelter, Michelle, rushed to rescue the dog and took him to a vet in Dubai.
So the shelter is actively investigating the matter to catch the perpetrator and has added that this is what happens in the streets of the UAE. This is why we are constantly begging and operating above our means and capacity, which is obviously a strain for the shelter as well.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They are going above and beyond to do the absolute most to ensure that these situations don't happen.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that there are so many shelters in the UAE that are doing the absolute most to ensure that, like, yeah, it's stray dogs, but like, yeah, they're animals. You know, people just think stray dogs, they can fend for themselves, they can do all this, but they're animals. Exactly. At the end of the day. We live in a desert as well, so like, come summertime, it's extremely hot for them. It's already bad enough for these dogs being outside, and then like for Chance, the cute little pup, to get shot 4 times, like for what reason?
Exactly, and like whatever you said, so on point. And we have these amazing shelters. We have the Rack Stray Dog Center. We have Animals and Us. We have Canine Friends. All of them working so diligently to make sure these animals are like looked after and provided for, like those abandoned, those injured, those hurt. And that too, like when you hear stories like this of such horrible human abuse to these strays and like these helpless animals, like it just reminds you of like the kind of horrible people there are out there.
Yeah. And honestly, you wouldn't think that something like this would happen in the UAE, but like it's a shame that it
does happen.
Yeah.
But of course, like we know that authorities are on this, like they don't tolerate any abuse against animals here. And this man, like if found, for sure will be severely punished. And we shared this on our socials, the story, and the comments are just so like supportive of Animals and Us firstly. And secondly, it's like, you know, these shelters, they need so much help. Like they need volunteering, they need support, they need all of that. So I would think, like, you know, if you are looking to help out in any way, any amount of a donation would make a difference. Even volunteering hours, like anything you can do, you know, even if you go and donate blankets and medicines or just like anything for these animals would make such a difference with these shelters.
And also these shelters have days where you can just go and like go to the shelter, take these dogs out for a walk and just like give them the love that they need. You know, a lot of people want to adopt dogs, but it's not feasible, whether time or resources or money.
You can always foster also.
Exactly, you can foster, you can take these dogs out for walks, and you can just go to shelters and give them the love that they need. And it's sad that a lot of these dogs go through so much trauma. One of my friends had a rescue, and the amount of trauma that it's been through just for it to get out and like have normal walks and stuff like that, it's sad to see.
It's so heartbreaking, and they're such loving animals.
Yeah.
You know, like cats, and like I remember once I saw a video of this cat meowing a lot outside someone's kitchen balcony, and like this person, he took hot oil and just threw it on the cat, and the cat was like screaming in pain. And it's like just the torture these animals endure.
Yeah.
Only because of human activity. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
That's very, very disturbing.
Like in a different country, someone tied up a dog to their car and dragged them across. Like it's just these horrendous stories you get to hear, and you're like, how are humans like sometimes so monstrous?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's scary.
But then of course,
I wish you didn't tell me those two stories. Like, it's kind of sad.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
Like, honestly, I hate starting Monday morning off like this, but I mean, that is the reality of how people are. But then, of course, like you have all kinds of people, right? Then you have these amazing humans that are there running these shelters and making sure these animals are looked after and just they get the support and love that they deserve.